What's up, people? Welcome to this special episode of the By the Hood podcast or webcast. Because I still don't know how you get seen with this content. I'm your host as always. My name is Jimmy, and I got my brother, my partner in crime, Corey. What's up, Corey?
What it is though, every day above ground's a good day. Let's go get it.
Yeah. So this is a special episode. This is going to be a very brief episode, but we wanted to make sure that we used our podcast platform to kind of like convey this message, and that's a message of gratitude. We start every show off with gratitude, and generally we highlight a brother and sisters who's doing positive work, and we do have some future episodes we're going to drop starting next week. But we want to take a quick break just to bring a message of just being
Absolute gratitude.
yeah, for everything that's going on. So, as a backdrop for those who may not know our story, By the Hood started, as a community organization, and we're still a community organization. And we were putting together finance classes and seminars and things in the community for people that look like us to try to help them understand the power of ownership and to build Black wealth. Along those lines, I come from a finance background. Corey is an educator. We're high school classmates. Corey, I got to give Corey all the credit for this. It was his idea. Listen, we need to, take this to the youth. So we created the By the Hood ownership camp. And as a result of that camp, we've been able to, help people change lives, build future leaders. And it's just been an amazing experience. Our village that we have around us, they support us and help us in everything that we do. And this past week, we had a whole article written about us in the Philadelphia Inquirer. Now we'll put the link to that article in the description. But for us, this is big. And we've been on media outlets before. We've been on Yahoo Finance. We've been on NBC, CBS. What's the other one? ABC. We've been on all of those things before. We've been on big platforms. But this was special for a couple reasons. For one, it's the biggest news organization in our hometown of Philadelphia. That's where both of us are born and raised. And I've actually done an interview with the Inquirer before, which is on the online version. They actually put it in there as well. But this was special because, and shout out to Michaela Bond who wrote the article, because it was well researched. And it highlighted our camp and especially the times that we're going through in the city with everything going on. It was good to see a good story. But I want to say thank you to the Inquirer as well as Michaela Bond, because the response from the article has been, I don't know, amazing. I know I use the word amazing a lot, but that's how my life is. But Corey, I know you got some thoughts too, bro.
Yeah, man. The people that reached out and said, they would do whatever they need to do to make, help us make this camp successful. A lot of people reached out and just said congratulations. A lot of people just shared our story so that more people could see what we're doing. Because part of what we're trying to do is to grow it so that more kids have an opportunity to do what we're doing. And so I really want to say thank you to everybody who shared it, sent us anything, posted it, did anything that helped us. I want to give a special shout out to two sets of people. One, the teachers in our classes. They make everything go smooth, especially online. I can just teach. And that's big. And two, the parents that make sure that their kids are there every Saturday, and getting the information right. Because without those parents, these kids wouldn't have this opportunity. And so I would like to say thank you to both of those. Those are not the only people I want to thank, but special thank you to those two sets of people.
And as you guys can see, Corey's phone is blowing up because that's how it's been ever since. But I also want to send a special shout out to Nicole Purvey, Better Than Success, Philadelphia Real Estate Week, because their partnership allowed us to reach more people, and as a result of this, things like this have come. But this is, like I said again, this is very special for us because not that we do this for recognition, because that's not why we do it, but our objective with this camp is to kind of like train the trainer. We want to have other people doing exactly what we're doing in other communities, in other times or parts of the world, because we think this is how you actually make a difference, by reaching out to the youth. And for me personally, this is special because I've always tried to figure out, how do you build wealth but do good at the same time, right? That's something I've always thought about. And when you talk to certain people, they say that just go get as much money as possible, and then you can give back when you make, billions and billions of dollars. And that never set right with me personally. because what I wanted to see was like figure out how to, while you're climbing, to actually pull people with you. That's always been something I thought about. That's why, like, you know, when you see like Nipsey and what he was doing, why that was so inspirational and inspiring is because he didn't wait till he was the biggest person and then, like, you know, kind of like throw pennies back, for lack of a better term. He was pulling people as he was building. So, and that's kind of something I've always wanted to do. And I think the camp has allowed me to kind of figure that out in the work that we do in By the Hood. And also it's presented opportunities. And that's why we wanted to do the show and just say thank you, because our village is everything. Like, really, like, the power in what we do is the people around us, not necessarily us. Because of those connections and because of people talking great about us when we're not in the room is what allows stories like this to be written. And now, because of these stories, like, our email and phone has been blowing up with all kinds of opportunities. I've had colleges reach out about teaching opportunities that, you know, something I'm not even looking for, but I mean, it's just all sorts of different programs in the social space reach out, and we will be getting in contact with some of them because it's about doing the work, right? We still want to continue to do the work. So I just wanted to say thank you, because this to me is a very special moment in our story as we continue to do what we do. So, I mean, you know, you got any further thoughts, bro?
Yeah, just be good to people, right? That's really what we did. We just was being good to people. There's things that we see that we don't agree with. There's things that we see that look kind of sketchy to us, but we spend a lot of time bigging up the people who do the work and do it the right way and showing love, and that's why we get shown the love back, right? Because the whole thing is, you know, show them the clean glass, right? We just going to do the work and share the people who are doing the work and put in the streets doing the things that they need to do, right? So, you know, that's what this podcast was originally started for, because representation matters, and I want to share that, you know, part of that representation is us, right? We show love. You know what I mean? There's not been a time where you got us on here talking negative about
anyone, for real.
Individual people, right? We might take some shots at some concepts, but we definitely don't attack individual people, and that's just our motto, right? Because we're a community organization, and even though, you know, we don't have to agree all the time to be part of the community. So that's the other thing. We love y'all, and we love the love that y'all show us, and we really, really, really appreciate y'all coming on, coming to our aid, and helping us with this camp, right? Because it was just me and Jim at first, and then people, when we were doing it in person, people came out to help us.
Yep.
And then when we took it online, more people came out to help us. And so, because they see what we're doing, and they see why we're doing it, and it's straight up, you know, because we love what we do. And so, again, major shots of appreciation to all of those people.
Yeah, I do want to send a special shout out to Rochelle, Kahan, and Callie, as well as like Mark and Nadja, because, you know, part of what that made the article so special was the fact that, you know, so just a little more backstory. When they reached out about doing the article, it was supposed to be a small thing, but she sat in on a couple of our classes, and was blown away by it, and started writing the story, and it took on a life of its own. And that's when it moved to the Sunday paper as well as the online. And it was a highlighted story from the paper, which is a big thing. And she did a lot of work in terms of reaching out to parents, and made some of the students part of the story, which was amazing to see. Like, I saw, like, you know what I'm saying? When I saw them on the cover, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, they got it's good to see the students like that. You know, so shout out to Mark and Naja, shout out to Rochelle, as well as Kahan and Callie. So, you know, and they're all part of our family, and that's what just makes this whole thing special. But also, and I know you guys are like, okay, you had the article, what's the big deal? But I'm telling you, some of the opportunities coming from this is what the big deal is, and will allow us to serve. One of the things I want to put on the record, because I like putting things on the record, because then I got to follow through with it, is one of the programs that we've been trying to work on for a while now is my brother Kerry, who's passionate about youth offenders as well as ex-offenders. And we're trying to do something in that space. And something like this will allow us to then put resources and things behind that program as well. You know what I mean? So, our thing is about helping people in the community, do right, build wealth. And that's a whole demographic of people that sometimes are forgotten about. So, we already have this thing set up with the youth, and we'll continue to always do that. But now we're trying to help some of the youth that have, may have gotten in trouble, who are looking for a second chance, or just some of our folks in general. So ex-offenders and youth offenders is something that we're passionate about. And because of stories like this will allow us to get resources and build a team to go work on that too. So that's one of our next goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we gotta get that done.
Yeah. So, and this is kind of what excites Corey and I. Like, we don't get excited by things. We don't care about the flashiness. We get excited by like being in spaces and helping folks that look like us kind of change their lives. So this is what it's about. And we couldn't do it without you guys. So we want to have like a quick pod, not too long. I don't want to bloviate too long because I'll be on hard. I know how to talk.
Right, Steven.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was important for us to have this short podcast as opposed to the general things that we do every Wednesday. We do have future episodes coming. We have some returning guests. We got some new guests that you may have never heard from before, and we're going to share their stories. We'll continue to share those stories on the By the Hood podcast. But this was a special episode and something that we had to do because, again, we are truly appreciative of everything, whether that's just sharing a story, sharing a post. I mean, our folks are funny too, Core. One thing I want to say, right, because we got a lot of well wishes. We got people trying to donate money and all kinds of, I'm talking about big money too. But the one thing I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. But this is how our folks like, I'm going to pray for y'all. We got to protect y'all because they're going to come for us. I'm like, whoa, those kind of messages like had me a little shook. But I appreciate them nonetheless. But I'm laughing.
I'm in my Jay-Z bag with that. I'm not even going to say it, but.
No, I got you. But no, I'm laughing because that's how our folks play, man. Like, but we appreciate that as well. Like, definitely pray for us, protect us. But nonetheless, man, you got any last words when we got here, bro?
Nah, man, just shots of love to everyone.
All right, y'all. So listen, man, we'll see y'all on the next episode with another guest, going back to our usual format of bringing you their stories. But this was important for us to do. And just to let you know, we really appreciate you. We'll put information about the camp within the description so you can take a look at the camp and read about what we're doing there. We'll put a link to the article as well. So, take a look at the article. Make sure you share the article. And if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, or comments, you can always shoot us an email, inbox, or anything. We're always here. We love and appreciate all of y'all. But as we always say, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. Game elevates, and we'll see you guys in our next episode. Peace.